Welcome. You are now tuned in with Eyesonpodium podcast. Oh my gosh, the feedback crazy. And I'm here with my bros.
Take your time.
You said what?
I said take your time.
Like, comment, subscribe. We are here to talk about a whole bunch of stuff. There's a lot of things happening right now, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot of things happening, and it's exciting. Games are going on as we speak. We got the best intro, outro music in the business, if you ask my opinion. And if you don't believe me, let's get into it.
I don't read no comments. I don't care what they say. Time and place, we can talk about it. Last night I was wildin'. Made 2K over 2K. It's a new day and I'm back to problem. Bank account be crowded. By next you don't need 5 rooms. Soundproof, watch them doubt it. Hey, they try to talk me out here. I done wasted some greatness just sitting there trying to think about it. I go charm my ring, give all of my homies rollies. I'm a hot pick, rolling with me, gon' be low-key. Best believe it's more of us, but today I'm dolly. Grab me by the hand, damn, she don't even know me. Open hit the corner for the 3, nobody noticed them. Catch me out in traffic, keep it curry when I'm closing up. No one should be talking, eyes on podium. No one should be talking, keep your eyes on the podium. Yeah. No one should be talking, eyes on podium. Yeah, look, open hit the corner for the 3, nobody noticed. Catch me out in traffic, keep it curry when I'm closing up. No one should be talking, keep your eyes on the podium. No one should be talking, yeah, eyes on podium. Triple doubles in my sleeve, got protection over me. I don't always gotta speak, but I always gotta speak. Going slow is not for me. Ain't nobody holding me. Triple doubles in my sleeve. Got protection over me. I don't always gotta speak, but I always gotta speak. Going slow is not for me. Ain't nobody holding me. Open hit the corner for the 3. Nobody noticed her. Catch me out in traffic. Keep it curry when I'm closing. Yeah. No one should be talking. Keep your eyes on her. Yeah. No one should be talking. Yeah.
The sky is falling in Golden State. That's what it feels like. I don't know if y'all. I mean, by the time, I don't know by the time, but the video has gone viral already. Of Steph Curry looks like he's just over Draymond's antics. Draymond looked like he was about to slap the hell out of the ref. I don't know what he was saying. Like, when you get like that. Like, I don't know. It looked like, I don't know what's going on in Golden State. They falling out of the play-in. They're number 10. Steph Curry might be missing the playoffs again. What does this do for his legacy? What does this mean about the dynasty? Klay Thompson looks like a shell of himself. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Am I overreacting? Is the Golden State Steph Curry hater is cheesing. So I'm gonna go to the fan, the Golden State Steph Curry fan, Coach Chris at Chris Wavy.
I mean, it's clearly you can see Steph's frustration. I mean, like you said, they're falling out of the play-in. I think the Rockets are a game behind them in the play-in. They haven't been able to find their stride, and a lot of that's due to, the lack of consistency with the others. Even Kerr said it. It's but so much you can just put on a person.
Right.
Like you said, Klay Thompson's like a shell of himself. They've made the adjustment and placed him on the bench, which way he started playing better. You had the emergence of Kuminga, but it still hasn't been enough.
Right.
Wiggins shows up one day, he doesn't show up the next day.
Right.
Draymond Green is there, and then like today, now he's not there. Back to his antics.
Right.
Getting ejected 4 minutes into a basketball game is unacceptable.
Yeah.
Anyone would be frustrated.
Mhm.
And it's like Draymond knows what's at stake right now.
Mhm.
You know you're fighting to make the play-in. You're trying to jump up some seats so you're not at the bottom. You know, it would make more sense for them to be in the 7-8. I mean the 7-8 position,
Mhm.
because then you'll have an opportunity to play an extra game even if you drop one.
Yeah.
But floating around in that 9-10,
Yeah.
you lose one game, you're done.
Yeah.
So I would believe their goal would at least try to get to the 7-8, and it's like they're dropping these games over and over where they're not executing down the stretch, and guys aren't being consistent,
Yeah. It's definitely
and
not
the
a.
frustration is showing.
It's definitely not a Steph Curry. Well, go ahead, Henny. I'm not even. Let's get to Henny for president.
The sky is falling. Isn't it grand? Don't you just love rain? Hello?
REIN, REIGN, rain.
No, I wasn't talking. I didn't say anything about LeBron yet. I'm talking about rain, as in RAIN.
Mm.
The sky is definitely falling, and the Rockets, man.
They're
How about them Rockets?
Rockets?
How
Is
about them
coming.
Rockets? What are they, like, one game out?
I mean,
That's
they're
what I
playing
said.
right now, OKC, and they tied.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, this team was weirdly constructed from the beginning.
Mhm.
You give up your best bench scorer to pick up an older gentleman who passes, who doesn't play defense, and you kind of I don't know what that move was. I don't know what they were thinking. More ball movement, more what? I don't.
I mean, they got it coming off the bench, and like that helps.
Yeah.
Like it helps your secondary because it helps your
Mhm.
second unit because Poole is gone. But then you give it up on
Mhm.
the other end, and then Klay Thompson wasn't playing well, but he's playing better off the bench. But then he doesn't give you nothing on the other end, so it's tough.
It wasn't a good trade off. Sometimes you teams will give up their third, fourth scorer for a defender,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But the Chris Paul move was a backwards move, in my opinion. He helped with ball movement, but he can't guard anybody. He barely scores. So it was just like that from then. I mean, from way back when obviously Draymond and the pool thing happened. I mean, it was downhill from there,
Well,
right? You had to move him.
Speaking about
It's
Draymond, I mean when he was on the 7 a.m. in Brooklyn or 7 p.m. in Brooklyn Mellow show,
mhm.
um he was saying that he felt himself can't wait to get out the game. Like he's like looking at the clock like, all right, just 8 more minutes. You know what I mean? All right, 5 more minutes. You know what I mean? And he never played like that before. And it looks like he's tapping out
mentally.
mentally.
And for a player like him, that's bad because he's regarded highly because of his mind.
Yeah, and his
So
competitive
for
nature.
his for his mind, and so for that to be slowly diminishing, I don't know. Him and Curry are like two main keys to this team, and if he's
Mhm.
mentally tapped out, I don't think Curry's scoring paralysis can really
Because
garner this team to victory.
I don't think so either.
Those were big words. Y'all gotta. Can somebody clip that for me? I need to show my mother.
Oh my god. I'm sure she's here.
Yeah, she probably is. Hi,
But
mommy.
but yeah, man. And I don't know, man. I being they're 10th right now, and like to Chris's point, they're 10th. To Henny's point, the Rockets is right behind them. Right now they're playing the Orlando Magics, who is fighting for the fourth spot,
Yeah,
and possibly the third spot in the East.
yeah, that's up for
So
grabs.
I just don't understand how they didn't make any moves at the deadline. Like,
what moves can they make?
Yeah, they can't
Chris
afford it.
Paul, Chris Paul was hurt. Um,
Yeah, that would have been your traded
Oh,
asset.
and Wiggins stock was
Wiggins is the
plummeted at that.
problem here,
Yeah,
though,
you
guys.
wasn't going to get nothing for him.
Andrew
Yeah.
Nothing.
Wiggins is the main problem to me. To me, when I see what's going on, I'm like, it's Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins is supposed to be that guy, the two-way player.
Right.
That's who
Yeah,
he's
the
supposed to
the
be.
player,
Too, yes.
the
Him
player
too.
he showed, the player he showed he could be in the NBA Finals that year. They won.
Yeah,
That was the player that you were expecting for the next couple years,
right.
the years to come. You know,
Right,
you just
right.
expect him to develop and continue to build off that confidence from that NBA Finals championship, and just continue to get better. And it's like since then he's been a shell of himself,
Yes.
and it's sad to see because you need it. You need the two-way player.
Yep.
You need someone who can get you a bucket, you know, besides Steph. Like it just can't all be just him.
Right.
Like someone else got to be able to step up and do something.
Right.
So
Yeah.
we're not in a league where you could try to depend on one player anymore.
You can't do it.
Yeah.
And honestly, like their cap situation just sucks, right? Because they're one of the
Yeah.
most
They way over.
right now, right?
Yeah.
And again, like the Steph Curry, Draymond Green sets, they're difficult to guard forever, right? Like Draymond Green makes Curry life so much easier, right? Because of all the sets that they run and how easy how he just looks for him. Like he literally just looked for him in certain ways. And they've been playing together for such a long time. But this season's a wash.
What's the cap? What's the cap? Do anybody know off the top of their head?
What do you mean? Like how much?
Yeah,
It's
how
like
much is
200
the?
and something million.
136 million. Their team has 206 million.
Oh, I knew okay, so that's what I was thinking. I knew they were at 200 or something.
I don't
Yeah,
think
they're at
that.
200. That's wild. And I'll tell you who's making what. Curry this year, Curry 51 mil, Clay 43 mil, Chris Paul 30 mil, Andrew Wiggins 24 million, Draymond Green 22 million. Then you got Gary Payton 8 mil, Kevin Looney 7, and so on and so on.
Yeah,
Klay Thompson getting
they're the highest paid. They're the highest.
Insane.
They got the highest salary cap in the league.
Yeah, for sure.
Klay Thompson making that kind of money is what's hurting him right now because you are paying someone to come off the bench 46, 43. What is it?
43 million.
43.
$43 million that's coming off the bench. That is
You have
absurd.
two players, and then you have another one with
You got
30.
70 million coming off the
CP
bench because
with
your
30.
boy CP3 got 30 million.
And you got
So-
Jalen Brunson making how much?
24.
Yeah, 24. Knicks know how to do it. We got a great front office.
He's a superstar. Like, what are the Warriors doing?
Knicks is 17 in cap space, not cap space in total cap in the NBA. 17th.
17 million?
17th.
17th.
Oh,
Like,
17th.
Yeah. And
Love
they're winning 60% of their games, which is 9th in
Love
the
it.
NBA.
Love it.
Above them is the Pelicans,
Love it.
the Cavaliers, the Clippers, the Bucks, the Timberwolves, OKC, Nuggets, and Boston.
So, question to you, Chris. What
Yes.
what does this do for his for the Golden State's legacy if the Rockets manage to get that spot?
I mean, I don't think it really does anything. I mean, when you look at Golden State, you look at Steph Curry. This can't be a situation where you're blaming him. It's not his fault. He can't control what Draymond does. He can't control that players aren't being consistent. He's doing his job. He's being the all superstar that we know. But what can you do without help? What can you
I
really
agree.
do without help?
You think there's a
He-
leadership
he does-
problem, Henny?
He doesn't have any other there's no other superstar on that team.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
There's no other all-star on that team.
Right.
I don't think it's a.
And
I don't
at this
think it's a leadership
and at this
problem.
point, it's not even looking like no one's even close to being an all-star on that team.
I mean,
Like, it's not even close.
Kaminga look good.
Well, yeah, now second half of the year.
Yeah.
That's when it matters.
Yeah, right. Right. No, I mean it matters all year. I mean it does matter now too, but I'm just saying like be the consistency you need all year round so you don't dig yourself into these kind of holes.
I think
You
the
know?
best thing that can happen to them is them missing the playoffs.
I agree. I agree.
That'd probably be
Definitely.
the best thing that could happen. to
I
him.
wouldn't even be shocked.
Wake up
Like,
call. They need a wake up call. That's a great
I
wake
don't
up
think it's a
call.
wake up call. I just think they need a reset.
Absolutely a wake up call.
They need a nah.
Yeah, they need a reset.
They need a
I
reset.
agree.
It's not like they don't understand what's going on. They completely understand. They just can't get a hold of it. They can't do anything about
can't.
it. And they just don't have the roster. They don't have the help. Right?
The
What's
situation
motivating?
is spiraling out of control.
Bro, Wiggins
What's more
don't want to play
motivating than missing?
basketball. He doesn't
What's
want
more
to be
motivating
there.
than missing the playoffs? That will motivate me.
I think if it's all about basketball, but it's clearly not just about basketball.
I think Steph is motivated, but he can't be motivated on his own. He knows
can't
what it
do
takes
by himself.
He knows what it takes. Like, he knows what it takes to be there.
Dunleavy, the GM of the Golden State Warriors, is on the clock. He has to wheel and deal this summer. He has to.
Yeah.
There has to be
sure.
something that he got to figure that out. Like, he has to. Reese, he
They
has
cannot
to
pull back up.
I see
re-sign
one of the
Clay.
players getting moved.
He got to re-sign Clay. He got to re-sign Clay for like
10 million. 10 million a year.
Minimum
10
mid-level
million.
exception.
He can
Right?
sign
Like,
me.
if he's able to put off a mid-level exception for Clay, then we good. That's what he needs to be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris Paul needs to be around that $8 million.
5 million.
Too. See, you saying 5? I
Five.
said 8.
5.
So
You bringing CP back?
yeah, I'll definitely bring CP back to run the second unit. I will. I will definitely bring him back because the problem is not CP, right? Remember, CP been playing okay, right? He's not terrible, playing terrible. The second unit is good. It's the fact that
I just feel like you can find
Wiggins-
a player with what he does now at this age.
but he's not the problem.
What he does
is what
now.
I'm saying he's more of an addition than the issue. He's not the issue. I don't think he's the issue at all.
Okay.
They can't score enough. They can't defend. They're losing games at home.
Yeah.
Like, come on, like
It hurts. And Golden State is known for, like, if they dropping games on the road, you get home and we guaranteed this win. Like,
right.
we getting these wins at home. We getting on a run. We're gonna start a run. We're gonna get a win streak starting at home. Like, but now it's like you dropping the ball at home too. So
It's crazy. If they didn't win that last championship in 22, that last championship 2 years ago is buying them time.
oh yeah, for sure. No. That's serious. It is. That championship was huge.
Huge.
Because that's why I say the whole legacy thing, you still gotta give them time. They literally won 2 years ago.
Yeah,
I think that's the best thing that can happen to them. They miss the playoffs. They come back stronger. They make some moves. They consolidate their roster. They cut it down. And I don't know. I mean, the CBA is a new thing. There's a new thing with the CBA now. Just like a team like Phoenix Suns, who look like they may be heading over a cliff. This summer, I mean, Grayson Allen is up for a extension next week, and if they don't sign him, they can't replace his contract. So, meaning
they
that
can't sign a free agent.
18 million, they can't go out and get 18 million, a player who's worth $18 million in the free agency. This free agency, the only thing they can do is sign vet minimums. That's all they can do. They can't sign nobody else but vet minimums. It's that simple and that dire for the Phoenix Suns. And this new CBA is going to change the NBA as we know it. A lot of teams is going to have to break up because they just not going to have. It's a hard cap. They can't have the flexibility. So like the Golden State Warriors, they got to go figure that out. But let's move on to the Phoenix Suns, who have probably the toughest schedule for the next 10 games.
And Phoenix does not play well. It's a tough team.
They don't play well against tough teams, and they are the worst. They are the 29th worst fourth quarter team. They only better than Portland.
Jesus.
Jesus is right. And it's like, what do you do? Right? Oh, trade Bradley Bill in this offseason. Well, you can't do that. He got a no trade clause. Right? The problem was the KD trade. When they traded KD, they traded all their picks. And then the new CBA thing happened after. So it's not like the new owner had the foresight of saying, oh, no, there's a new CBA. We can't make this trade because it's going to hamstring us. They literally have 2 picks for the next 6 years. And they're both second round picks and they both protected.
What's the point?
And I mean, I think how do you guys feel about them? The next 10 games, let me tell you the next 10 games.
Well, for one, again, Phoenix just hasn't hit a stride to me either. Like
Injuries.
it's like injuries.
Yeah.
Brad and Book being in and out of the lineup all year. We haven't been able to see what their identity is. Like what is it gonna be? You just have 3 of the best ISO players in the NBA. So, and we all know in the playoffs, doing straight isolations is not gonna be a championship.
It's not. It's easy to guard you that way.
It's easier to guard. You have teams that play legitimate defense.
Bro, them losing to the Spurs without Wemby is very embarrassing.
Insane. I was about to bring that up. I'm like, their last loss was against one of the worst teams in the NBA right now.
If not.
So here's a good stat for you guys. Teams over 500 at 22-13. Teams below 500 at 23-4.
23-4.
In the last 10, 23-24.
24. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And teams above 500, they're what?
They're 22-13.
Above 500.
Phoenix?
Above 500, yeah.
So maybe they're just a playoff team. Maybe they just don't care until the playoffs. Like, the next 10 games are against.
They're horrible on the road. They're horrible on the road. 17-24.
Maybe that's what it is. But when I was looking at their last games where they've played good teams above 500, those were most of their losses came.
Bro, the next 10 games are above all playoff teams. It's the Nuggets, the Thunder, the Pelicans, the Cavaliers, the Timberwolves, the Pelicans again, a home against with the Clippers, the Kings, and the Timberwolves. Outside of the Clippers and these, because the Clippers are falling right now, and the Cavs, they don't have Donovan Mitchell. He has like a nasal fracture, and they're going to be on a 5-game West Coast trip. So that's a game that they probably could win those, you know what I mean, those games. But this is like they're falling out of the play-in, and if they don't get 6, I don't see them. If they don't get 6, the 6th seed, which it doesn't look like they can, I don't see them making the playoffs. I don't see them winning a game in the play-in. I don't see it. I don't see them beating. Right now they're 8th, and the Kings are 7th. Right? I don't see them beating the Kings. I don't see them beating the Lakers, and they can possibly beat the Warriors.
Man, this Western Conference play-in is about to be the spiciest of.
Yeah, it is.
Ooh.
It is.
Because Dallas slid up to 6. The Kings fell to 7.
Dallas went on the 9. The last 10 games they won. They won 9 out of their last 10 games. Kyrie had the left hand runner hook shot, whatever that was. And that's the only. And they only lost 1 game. I think they only lost to like.
They picked it up. They figured it out on defense. And that was their issue.
PJ Washington and Gafford they've been great additions, awesome additions.
Huge. Yeah. Gafford don't miss.
Well, did he? No, he was about to be.
He missed. He missed. Yeah, and he missed.
He was about to be Wilt's record.
Yep.
And anytime your name is mentioned with Wilt Chamberlain,
you know you're doing something.
You're doing something right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, man. Who else is who? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? We gotta keep it in the playing talk. The Lakers is looking like their schedule. They got blessed by the scheduling gods. Their next 10 games, only 1, 2, 3 of them, 4 out of their next 10 games are playoff teams, and yeah, 4 out of the next 10 games are playoff teams. Teams are that's firmly in the playoffs, and they're all winnable. They playing the Memphis Grizzlies tonight. They got the Pacers, the Brooklyn Nets.
Last 10 games, they're 8-2.
And last 10 games they 8-2. So I mean, they had a great game against the Bucks. Anthony Davis turned into the guy that everyone's been saying, oh, if he's healthy, oh, if he plays, oh, if he doesn't miss games, you know what I mean? Oh, if he's not in street clothes, he can be the player we've seen against the Milwaukee Bucks, winning that double overtime, turn it up, overtime block, and all of that. He can be that guy.
That was an incredible win for them. They needed that, not having LeBron on the floor and having the team be able to rally like that. I feel like this is the perfect setup to poise for, having that's a signature win against a signature team. Against Giannis and the Bucks, top team in the Eastern Conference, and to do it on the road and rally together like that, something special. Help them build a lot of confidence moving towards the end of the season. Don't even be surprised if they get out of the play-in and get to the 6th spot. It's a huge.
I will be surprised.
It's a huge. It'll be a huge. It's a huge possibility. It's a huge possibility. I believe they're
they definitely.
They're only about 3 games. I think they're only like 3 games out, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
They're 2 games. Yeah. They're 2 games.
Yeah.
3 games. I'm sorry.
No, 3.
I'm sorry.
3
games.
It's
out.
3 games. Yeah, 3 games out. 2 behind 8 and 7.
Yep.
Well,
3 behind 6.
And 3 behind 6. Like,
And the Mavericks. The Mavericks is 6. Like we said, they're 9-1 in their last 10. But the Mavs are playing. During that 10 games, they only played, I believe, 2 playoff teams, which is the Denver Nuggets, who they beat, and the OKC, who they lost to. Oh, and they started off that streak against the Heat, but they're in the play-in. I count playoffs top 6. So really, if I say top 6 team, they've only played 2 top 6 teams, and they lost 1 and won 1 in their last 10 games, but they 9-1. The next 10
playoffs
games,
is top 8. Stop being disrespectful.
Top 6, baby. Their next 10
games make it though.
The next 10 games, as I'm looking at everybody. If you see me looking this way, guys, I got like all these monitors here, so I'm still here with you guys, but I'm looking to the right, and they play the Kings, the Rockets, the Warriors, the Hawks, the Warriors again, the Rockets, the Hornets, the Heat, the Pistons, the Thunder.
That's the one you need too. You need to knock out. Who's in your
Charlotte
bracket.
and Detroit.
Charlotte and Detroit. You could book those 2 wins.
Schedule gods again.
They need Luka in the playoffs.
The schedule came out before. The schedule came out before.
It is going to be an extremely tight run because it's just a different fight now.
Right.
Because before you fighting for the top 8, right? And 8 you're secure. Now at 8 you're not secure anymore. So you're fighting not only to just not be in the you're fighting to be in the play-in, but you also don't want to be at the bottom of the play-in because then that's even more difficult. So you still want to try to fight for the 7 and 8 so that you can still, again, like I said earlier with the Warriors, if you drop a game, you're still alive.
Yeah.
You get that second chance. But if you're down at the 9-10 seed, it's one and done for you. Mm-hmm. So all teams are going to be fighting to get out of those last 2 9 and 10 spots.
Right.
It's so funny.
It's going to be such a good run
because these last games also usually they're younger teams that are like are already eliminated, so they have nothing to play for. So now their confidence is through the roof. So
And you
sometimes
could
it's gonna be a
ruin
lot of
something.
trap games. It's gonna be a
Yeah.
lot of trap games. It's gonna be a lot of trap games. You playing a back-to-back or a weekend weird 3 o'clock game, and these young
Yeah.
boys just come in and just, hey, we're gonna win
Charlotte,
today, and we're gonna
look
beat
at
you by
Charlotte.
30.
Dallas is playing Charlotte and Detroit at the end of their schedule.
But who
They
don't get
could
trapped by trap
Yeah.
games? Who don't get trapped by trap games? Tom Thibodeau teams, and that's
I
been
love
a
the
fact.
segue.
That's been a fact
I
all
love the
year
segue.
against
And when you cut off Chris, I love it.
under 500 teams. They've only lost 2 games under 500. Teams are under 500 for the whole season.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Taking
a crazy
care of business.
taking care of business. They're eyeing the 3rd seed. I'm eyeing the 2nd seed for them because the Milwaukee Bucks just lost their best point of attack defender for the next 3 to 4 months, probably.
Patrick
And that's
Beverly.
Patrick Beverly.
Mm.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. If you guys hear that static, but having Damian Lillard and Michael Beasley as your 1 and 2 against the New York Knicks, they're gonna get cooked. Cooked.
The Knicks against over 500 teams are 22-15. Below 500, 25-20.
Nah, that's
5-5 in
not a
their
number.
in their last 10. No, that's the road games. I'm sorry.
that's-
They
that's not a
5-5 in their last.
Below
They're
500
5-5 in
teams,
their.
they lost like 2 games.
You sure? That's what it's saying.
I don't know. Maybe Mike Breen be giving me wrong information.
But I agree with you. I agree with you, HB. Now looking at the standings,
Yeah.
the Knicks could make a run. They're 2.5 games out of the 2nd seed.
Mhm.
Starting to get their pieces back slowly but surely. Anything can happen within these next 10 games. You know, Milwaukee can crumble for these last 10.
Yeah.
You know, they could split. They could go 5-5, or because
mean-
losing a game like that can be demoralizing.
They play the
Because-
Pelicans tomorrow. They lost a game, like you said. They lost to the Lakers. The Bucks lost to the Lakers, looking crazy. They play the Pelicans. Pelicans is on a heater, but however, Brandon Ingram is out. Zion Williamson has picked it up, but Brandon Ingram is out. And then they play the Hawks. They play the Wizards. Then they play Memphis. Then the Raptors. So they can
the
go.
schedule gods. The schedule gods
However,
have worked their magic again.
However, they end the season against the Knicks, the Celtics, the Magics, the Thunder, and the Magics again. So,
I'm tired of the Magic.
he also
That
take it.
I told you they could split 5-5 going into
said
the
it.
last 10.
You
I
said
said they
it.
could split.
You said it, bro. You said it.
Wow. Yeah, they could go 5-5. So this is gonna set up Milwaukee's identity going into the playoffs too. They're gonna have to. If they don't lock in for these last 10 games, they could easily drop the ball going into the playoffs.
And I'm overlooking.
Especially-
Oh, go ahead.
Especially because I don't think Milwaukee want to see the Pacers. The Pacers have their number. No,
The Pacers do have their number. However,
Yeah.
for the sake of NBA drama, I would love for the Pacers to be for the Bucks to drop to 3, the Knicks to go to 2 and play the Heat or the Sixers.
Knicks they get back on the Heat.
Yeah, I want my get back. I know I know what Henny's about to say, so I'm gonna just roll the carpet out. What do you
Play
think
on
about
Jimmy.
that?
Go ahead.
What do you think
Play on
about that?
Jimmy.
I don't want to see the Heat. I really don't. I don't want to see the Heat. Y'all don't know how terrified Eric Spoelstra is. Yo, they out here playing high school defense. Have you been watching the Heat? They've been playing 2, 3 full court trapping teams. Are we serious right now? How do you handle
That's
that?
so funny.
How you handle that?
We're not
They've
ready
been
for that when we in the NBA no more.
Well, right. They don't even practice. I mean, I'm sure they practice that, but come on. Like who's playing zone and trapping full court?
Right.
That's crazy. And
Right.
they be injuring people.
They do be injured people.
I can't. Yo, Brunson go in that lane, boy. He might not make it out. I'm telling you, might not make it out.
I don't know.
That's
bro.
gonna be scary.
I
I don't
don't
want to see.
know.
I don't want to see. I just don't want to see it because we're not gonna lose to that team. We're gonna lose to that coach.
The Heat.
Yeah, we're not gonna lose to the Heat. We're gonna lose. We're gonna lose to the coaching, and that's something I don't wanna lose to. They're gonna have a package for everybody on our roster.
They are. They are. But
And-
however, Leon Rose did pick up Boyan and
Mhm.
Alec Burks.
For that zone, yeah. For the
And
zone.
McBride has been shooting the lights out. And I
Yeah.
think it's real. I think he's real.
Hats off. Hats
Um,
off.
Shouts out to Miles McBride and shouts out to Josh Hart, bro. Without them two,
Oh,
the Knicks would
I need a
have-
Josh Hart jersey.
The Knicks would have fallen so far. Mitchell Robinson is back. OG will be back at least for the playoffs, and I mean OG could just fit in. He fits in like a glove. It doesn't even matter with OG. Just be ready, Nick. Just be
Yeah.
ready in April.
And this
He
is the
changes our
consistency.
team.
It's the consistency. The Knicks are playing the Toronto Raptors and they are up 30. This is what this is how they gotta treat teams that are under 500.
Right.
And I'm just
Dominate.
going to read off Mitchell Robinson's
Dominate.
first game back. I'm just going to read off. He's only played 12 minutes.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if Tibbs is still coaching.
They said they was gonna bring him back slowly.
Yeah, he looked a little big out there, like weight wise. He looked thicker.
Mm-hmm.
Like he gained weight. He looked a little slow, but I'm not blaming him for that. Obviously, I'm not blaming him for that. I'm just saying how he looks from my eye test. He went 3 for 3, 2 for 4 from the field goal, free throw. Yeah, he had a total of 2 rebounds. Dang, 2 blocks.
2 blocks.
And yeah,
2
2
2
fouls.
blocks in 12 minutes.
14 plus minus, so that's pretty good. 8 points.
If
So
that's your
pretty
backup
good.
center in the playoffs, good night.
Mhm.
Good night. If that's your backup center in the playoffs who's playing 15, he played 12 minutes, right?
Yeah.
By the playoffs time,
First
by
game
playoffs,
back.
hopefully he could play at least 20.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
20, maybe.
Dang.
18, 20. I'm
Yeah,
cool with that.
Hartenstein's at
Tibbs
18
wanna
right
play
now.
him- I know Tibbs want to play him an hour.
Precious has been huge too, man.
Precious has
Oh,
been
man.
huge.
Oh my goodness.
Every role player on that team has stepped up. Like they just took it to another level since OG
So
been
you
out.
have to give
Mitchell
credit to
been out.
Tom Thibodeau. We are the same ones, and I say we, I say me and you. We're trying to say
Me.
get Tom Thibodeau out of here, right? For various reasons. We don't like the rotation. We don't like the coverage.
I never said that.
We don't like.
I
I'm
just
just
saying.
saying. You didn't say you didn't. You said you didn't like the 3-point coverage. How they giving up 3-point corner threes
And
all the time.
but I never said get rid of him now. Don't put words
Come
on. I never said
on,
get
come
rid of him. I just
on.
said I didn't like that. That's all I said.
People call for Johnny
in a-
Bryant.
In a 3-point shooting league, why are we playing 1 foot in the paint for us to run out there? That defense was
Listen,
just crazy
they got
to
the
me.
best defense since the All-Star break.
Yeah,
And they playing
adjust.
and they missing they was missing a top 3 player and some
Mhm.
games top 4
Mhm.
in their rotation. So
Right.
you gotta get credit where credit's due. Tom Thibodeau
Agreed.
is having a coach of the year type of year. I think that award goes to the Thunder's coach because they just made us. They went from the 10th seed last year to the fighting tie for the first seed. So regardless of what, in my book, it goes to him. That's a hell of a jump.
I
Last
think
year, the Knicks
I
was
got
fourth.
him.
Yeah.
I got him or Orlando's coach.
Yeah.
Jamal Mosley is amazing too.
I think OKC's gonna get it, but I think he'll
Yeah,
probably be the
for
runner up.
sure. You think so?
Yeah, I
I think
agree.
so.
I agree with Chris. I think it would have been the Timberwolves coach,
Yeah.
Finch,
Finch?
if they would have kept the number 1 position. But I think
Right.
they're probably
Cat
just
went
a
down.
product of Ant-Man actually being amazing and his star power,
Mhm.
willing them to win certain games, and they're probably a bottom of the. They're probably like a 6-7, a 5,
Yeah.
6, 7 team. I would say.
without
I say
Ant.
Orlando. No
Not
one
just without
expected.
Ant. Not that without Ant.
Oh,
I'm
you mean
saying
because
like
of Ant? Ant added
Yeah, yeah,
those.
yeah,
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 Ant
Okay.
is
yeah,
the
yeah.
is the reason why they like top 3
I
instead
agree.
of bottom 3 in the
Yeah,
playoff
I agree.
race.
But I feel like when we did our rankings for top of the East, we did not have Orlando being top 5 in
No,
the
we
Eastern
didn't.
Conference. Right.
Didn't
So
you? Didn't you add him like
Nah,
6?
he had the
Oh no, you had
Pacers.
the
no, it was
Pacers.
Pacers.
Pacers. Yeah.
Pacers.
No, I said look out for them young boys. I did say that,
Yeah, and
but I didn't think
I
they was
said
gonna
the
be this high.
Rockets, and now the Rockets is on a. They won 9 straight games.
Yeah, they wildin'. Shout out to Dylan Brooks, a culture changer. You need those type of players. You need that type of
Shout
player.
out to Fred Van Vliet. That people were saying he has the most overflated contract in the NBA, which I completely disagree with. He's a culture setter. He's obviously a steady point guard.
Two-way.
Two-way. He plays amazing. He's Chris Evil Twin.
I take it. He's cute.
Whew, that is crazy.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
clipping this.
That's funny, but yeah, like he's been playing amazing. Sengun went out, and Jalen Green like, yo, I am really him. So I'm very curious. I really want the Rockets to make the playoffs. I want them to get the experience.
You know, it's so funny. The awakening of Van Vliet was because he was having a kid. Now that Jalen Green is having a kid,
Yeah, a couple kids. They say, let me say that. I'm not even see.
I gotta
drama
go
in the
ahead.
chat.
Yeah.
Got me repeating foolishness. Go ahead. Go ahead, Chris.
Anyway, all I'm saying is he's having a kid. His motivation changed, so now he's playing with a little step in his step, pep in his step.
So I gotta before we close out. I got a question. Which core would you go with?
I like this question.
Rockets or Orlando?
Rockets.
I agree.
I do Rockets too. I just don't like my main player being a big.
I think the players on the Rockets have more upside.
Okay, the Rockets is more a sexy team. They're more sexy. I think they're good because of coaching. But I think I feel like the Orlando Magics probably have better players.
I don't know about that.
I feel like if Udoka had that team,
nah. You look at Jalen Green, Sengun, Jabari Smith. Those 3 right there they're gonna be special players.
Yeah, they're gonna be special
in our future. Right? I feel like outside of Paulo and Wagner, I feel like everybody else
it's
more so
fill-ins.
fill-ins. Yeah, I just feel like they're
Jalen
fill-ins.
Suggs
Playing a role.
Jalen Suggs.
But I
Jalen Suggs.
like Suggs, but I haven't
I
really
thought he was
seen
going
that.
to be a backup point guard.
He's a lockdown player.
Well,
He's
Yeah, but I still
Okay.
think he's a really good role player. I don't know if he's gonna be that superstar.
I mean,
I feel like
he's
Suggs?
the
yeah.
Suggs is
No, I don't think he's going to be a superstar.
Suggs is the Marcus Smart of that team.
Yeah,
Right.
for
Okay.
sure.
Well, and I don't mean like emotionally. I mean like skill wise.
Skill.
He
I
brought
get
people
what
to the court.
yeah, I get what you're saying.
But he can shoot 3. He can shoot the 3 ball.
Yeah,
Now
he can run the point.
run the point, and he's locking up.
Now he's always been a good shooter.
The shooting came around. The shooting definitely did come around.
He shot better. He shot better in college. Yeah, and then
he shot better in college. When he came to the league, it was a little adjustment to do.
Yeah. Which is understandable. He found his niche. He can get 15 years out of this league if he plays like that. Definitely.
I'm excited. I think that was a good question. Which core are you taking? The Orlando Magics or the Houston Rockets?
Yeah, that was.
I mean, are those? Is that the Cleveland and Denver of 03? Maybe it feels like it. It does feel like it to me. It feels like, oh man, like those young boys, They figuring something out. They competing with the big boys. You know,
seeing Jalen Green's potential, like him really flipping that switch.
Yeah, that switch.
Being motivated and
Telling you, motivation. A lot of
really
motivation his way.
special. Because
All right,
he struggled a lot early too. So
he did.
Yeah.
Eyes on Podium podcast, episode 82. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, share it, send it to anybody, send it to your friends, send it to your mom, your sister, your brother, your cousin, your girl, your man. You know what I'm saying? All that in between.
Mama.
Signing off. You got anything to say? It doesn't matter.
I don't read no comments. I don't care what they say. Time and place, we talk about it. Last night I was wildin'. Made 2K over 2K. It's a new day and I'm back to problem. Bank account be crowded. By next June, need 5 rooms, soundproof. Watch them doubt it. Hey, they try to talk me out here. I done wasted some greatness just sitting there trying to think about it. I go jump a ring, give all of my homies rollies. I'm a hot pit, rolling with me, gon' be low key. Best believe it's more of us, but today I'm dolly. Grab me by the hand, damn, she don't even know me. Open hit the corner for the 3, nobody noticed them. Catch me out in traffic, keep it curry when I'm closing up. No one should be talking, eyes on podium. No one should be talking, keep your eyes on the podium. Yeah. No one should be talking, eyes on podium.